Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'll be unboxing some models I got for my Memphis Model Airport. I got these from the Diecast Aircraft Model Store, and I bought them over Black Friday, so they were all discounted. What should be in here is United CRJ 550, United connection, ERJ 175, an Allegiant 737 MAX 8, and an Atlas Air 747-8. When I bought that one off of Diecast Aircraft Model Store, it said it was still in pre-order, even though it said the expected release date was in October, which was 2 months before I ordered it. So I'm not exactly sure. I think that should have came with this. And there's also something going on because it said in my cart I had a Alaskan aircraft. So that was probably some add-on thing for Black Friday. It does seem pretty bulgy, so I guess it's filled to the brim with packing materials. So let's just open it up and look at the models inside. Here's just a packing list. Okay, and let's see. It looks like that the Atlas Air 747 did not come with this, and I got some sort of A320 from Alaskan Airlines. So I guess we'll see that. Okay, put this to the side. And here we are. Here we can see our models. So it seems like we got a Fly with Pride Alaskan Airlines A320 as an additional add-on. So that's pretty cool, I guess. Alaskan doesn't fly to Memphis. I do have a Alaskan 737-800 in the AlaskanAir.com livery. And I think I got that a while back because originally I wanted to make a Dallas airport when I don't know how, probably like 3-4 years old. And there was this guy off of Amazon who was just getting rid of all stuff. So I remember my mom got that for me as well. So I guess I can add it to my Alaskan collection. But I think we're just gonna go left to right. So starting off with the United Bombardier CRJ 550, when Gemini Jets originally came out with this model, I got it. And again, this is when I was first collecting models, which was, I think, maybe 4 years ago or so. So I did not handle them correctly. Let's just say that. And this guy got a bit messed up. The original one I had. So let's open her up. I remember when I first got this model, it was kind of a big thing because before this version, all of their CRJ aircraft kind of had this weird thing with the wheels, and they fixed it with this. So let me get a better angle. So here it is, the Uited Express CRJ 550. The 550 is based off of the CRJ 700 model, but its seating is arranged in a way where it holds 50 people, just like the CRJ 200, just not in the cramped space that that plane has, because that is a very small area. So you can see, as I was kind of saying, with that landing gear, they're spread out. I can show you my Delta CRJ 900. You can see on that mold, the wheels are like pushed up to each other right here, which makes it really prone to tipping on its wings. So yeah, it's a really nice model. It's something I need. United flies the 550 to Chicago from Memphis sometimes into different areas. United really likes, especially on that flight, and I think a couple others, they like swapping out their aircraft and don't always keep it the same. Where like other airlines usually keep the same aircraft on that same route the whole time. But yeah, it's looking really nice. The nose, I think, is a bit blunt, and I don't know, it looks like there's a little hump here, but I mean, especially from afar, you can't really tell. And it looks really nice, which is nice. And yeah, everything looks good. No broken or bent pieces. So yeah, let's move on to the next model. So next up, we have our United Express ERJ 175. Again, United uses this aircraft on flights up to Chicago, and on their other smaller flights, they interchange them. I don't know why Gemini Jets uses this big box for their ERJs, the 175s. I feel like they can fit in the smaller one like the CRJ was in. Maybe I'm wrong, though. This is the long wing version. Oh, no. We do have a broken model, it seems. Let me get this out and I'll change views really quick. So, unfortunately, it seems we have a broken model. I actually have experienced this before with another ERJ 175, the Delta one, which I got in Denver when I was seeing my cousins. That sucks. Thankfully, it's just a little super glue to put it back on, but it's really annoying. I mean, other than that, the model looks fine. Other than that, the whole wing's missing. But no, it's just the normal United ERJ. I always think that on okay. Our left elevator is also disconnected. More fun. Don't we love it? Let's just check to make sure everything else is stable. Gemini Jets, really, recently I haven't seen any like this from them, but they can, wow, I'm kind of disappointed. I had more faith in them, but no, they do not like making sturdy aircraft. Wow, that sucks. But no, a little super glue will do the trick. It's not that big of a deal. As I was saying, I think on Gemini Jets model, the ERJ 175, it looks like, at least for me, in my opinion, that the upper portion right here, right above the windshield, it looks a bit like fat. I don't know if it's just me. The whole nose just looks a bit fatty, especially kind of zoomed in. I mean, other than that, everything else looks fine. The printing looks fine. Yeah, that's disappointing. But let me go grab the super glue and we'll fix that up in a jiffy. Okay, and we're back with super glue in hand. I guess I'll get a little wider view for this. Usually when I'm super gluing stuff with these aircraft, I'll use a little toothpick and get some super glue on the toothpick, because especially like back here, you can see that's such a small place to get in. So I just get a little super glue out and I'll put it into that little socket and slip the wing in. Let's just get a little dab on the oh god, the toothpick. That's probably good enough. And you gotta be really careful here. If you get any super glue anywhere else on the aircraft, when it dries, it leaves this like white crustedness. So here I had the toothpick in my mouth, so I couldn't speak, but I'm jiggling that wing in right there, giving it a little push. And then right here, I'm just checking it from all the angles to make sure it lines up just like the other wing does. Okay, that should be good. Now let me grab a little more super glue for that elevator. That might be a bit much. Okay, I think I put a little bit much there, but should be okay. Oh, there we go. I just need to force it in a little bit. It was not in all the way. Okay, that looks a lot better actually. Let's give it a moment to dry. And then I can show you the aircraft again. Yeah, it's a bit sad, but you know, it's not that big of a deal. So once I get the wings back on, you can't really tell at all, really. I mean, there's a little on the bottom. If I can get to focus. There's a bit of scraping on the bottom. I wonder, especially since it was both on the same side, if maybe there was some way they packaged it or hit a bump and threw it to one side. I don't actually know really why these break, if they're in transit or if Gemini Jets just like needs to use stronger glue. Anywho, yeah, it's a bit of a shame, but there's nothing you can really do. Yeah. I mean, other than that, it seems to be a pretty okay aircraft. Everything looks nice. So, yeah, I guess we'll move on to the next aircraft. I'm gonna leave this guy out of its packaging for a bit to let that dry. Up next, we have the Allegiant 737 MAX 200. So, not 800. I'm not 100% great with the MAX verbiage. This is the first MAX I've had. Another thing on Gemini Jets, their 737 mold is not the best, especially compared to NG models. Unfortunately though, I don't know what's been going on with NG recently, but they haven't really been making a lot of American models recently. Could just be a fluke, but I haven't really found anything. I also kind of took a gray area off collecting for a bit, and that was kind of when they were coming out with all their good stuff. which is unfortunate because I do have a couple NG models, and especially when you compare that 737 molds. NGs are just way better, but you know, it doesn't really matter too much. From afar, it looks pretty fine. Oh, my last 737 I got from Gemini Jets I did not have fun with, but this guy looks all right, actually. This is my first Allegiant aircraft. Let's get a better angle so I can show you. And here is our Allegiant 737 MAX 200. It's actually kind of useful that I got that toothpick because I can kind of use it as a little pointer to show y'all some stuff. So yeah, as I was saying before, one thing I really don't like about Gemini Jets molds, 737 molds that they do, I guess it's kind of shown up a lot throughout their molds, but the nose looks too chunky. It just, it's very bulgy on the NG models. It doesn't do that as much. And also you can see this front landing gear, I don't know if you can tell, it just looks really, really thick, especially from the front here. If I can get her to focus. It just looks too big, in my opinion. Also, that wing is so exaggerated. I don't 100% know how accurate that is, but wow. I guess I have to pull the super glue back out. It looks like one of our antennas here is a little bit loose. Let's check the back one. The back one's fine. Yeah, it looks super exaggerated. I don't know actually exactly how accurate that is, but it just looks a bit off to me. Looks like there's no wing flex and it just goes straight up. Anywho, other than that, it's not too bad of a model. It's one I need. Allegiant recently, actually I don't know how recent it is now, but they bought the 737 Maxes. I forgot if they were buying it from another airline or from Boeing, but this was kind of still when they had their super bad reputation, and even now, they still have a bad reputation, but especially back then when everything was going on, they got them pretty cheap, and they're basically replacing all their A320 fleet. So originally I was gonna buy one of those, and then I saw that they're using these guys now, so I got this guy. Yeah, looks pretty nice. Let's go glue that antenna into place. I don't know if you can see, but I can kind of swivel it around. It's kind of loose in there, so let's go fix that. Okay, so tweezers acquired. What I'm gonna do actually is grab the antenna by its top and then just dip the bottom into the lid of the glue. Let's get this nice and situated. I don't know if they just didn't put glue on it in the first place or what happened, but that thing was completely loose in there. Okay. Very carefully. There we go. Let's push it down and then make sure it's oriented looking, going straight back. Looks pretty good. Okay. Yeah, well, 3 things I did not want to glue today. I'm just gonna check the rest of the aircraft because I'm worried something else will just fall magically while I'm not looking. No, everything else looks fine. And yeah, I mean, other than those hiccups, not too bad of a model. Now moving on to our next model. Before that, I kind of just want to mention, it's interesting, I don't know why exactly, but on the box of the Allegiant 737 Max 200, you can see, God, why won't this focus? You can see it has like a photo, or I think it's a rendering, and it's all like this kind of Allegiant blue, which is really interesting because like the rest of Gemini Jet's boxes, except for a couple exceptions of mine, are just like always the same, just the blue and then the aircraft type. So that was interesting. I don't know exactly why that is, but that's cool, I guess. Yeah, also, I don't, is it just on here? Yeah, I don't know. On this box too, you can see on the A320 box and like every other Gemini Jets aircraft, they have like this big information screen talking about everything. And on this one, it's just Allegiant is an all-jet, low-cost aircraft, low fare. So I don't know what's going on with that. Kind of weird. And I just wanted to point that out. Highly collectible, superior quality. Yeah. I don't know about that one, but anyway, moving on to our next model. Again, this was like I guess an add-on just for purchasing on Black Friday. I don't know. I'm kind of ashamed that we didn't get the Alaskan 747-400. No, sorry, -8 here, because that was kind of the highlight of the models. Hopefully we'll get it soon. I don't know what's going on with that whole shipping thing. I sent like a request because this guy wasn't shipping. I remember in the past when something was on pre-order, they would wait till that would go and then they'd ship everything with it, even though there might have been a couple models that weren't in pre-order that were in the order. So I sent them a message. I was like, hey, I don't know what's going on with the Alaskan 747, but just go ahead and send everything else and you can send that one later when it comes out. So I don't know if they changed their policy or they actually saw that and they're like, oh, yeah, okay, sure. Anywho, wow, this is a cool model. Let's get a better look at it. So here we are, the Alaskan Airlines A320 in the Fly with Pride livery. So I'm assuming this is like a Pride Month kind of livery thing that they did for that. Looks really nice. Let's check these. Those are both wobbly. So I think you've seen enough of my tedious gluing. I'll glue those two off screen. Dang, that sucks. Or, except for the 550, all the other just have little problems with it. Anyway, other than that, this livery is pretty cool. You have all the jets kind of going with the rainbow and the Fly with Pride, and then a little pride flag on the engine. Yeah, I guess a little cool add-on. It's funny, both of the Alaskan aircraft I have are in cool liveries. Oh, you also see on the winglet there, the pride flag. Yeah, I mean, other than it being slightly broken, cool model. I don't know what I'd ever do with it, but hey, it's a cool thing to have, I guess. So yeah. Well, after a few technical difficulties, we are finished with the unboxing. Nothing too special. I guess the Alaskan Air A320 Fly with Pride livery, that aircraft was pretty cool, especially because I had no idea what I was getting. That was a surprise. It was cool. But I mean, other than that, they're kind of just aircraft that I needed for the airport. I really wish that 747-800 Y8-8. I really wish that 747-8 would have come in. But you know, it's fine. Anyway, have a great rest of your day. Happy holidays, everyone. Bye.